women are wired to feel pain when they spend because you have not evolved. Mi hata hii mambo unatuambia cost sharing, I'm struggling to find the common ground. Ati cost sharing.
No. There's never a 50-50 in marriage. Let's start from there.
Hey wadau manze, I told our guest for this episode, Dr. Zippy Okoth, how much I love to talk about money. Akaniambia, I can tell you about money. Dear Lord, does she know about money?
Nowadays, people like money market, which I don't really believe in, but just something more long-term, you know.
So you have 360K in a year?
Yes, that one you have 360K in a year, which if you are saving in a circle, you can get a loan of 1M or 1.5.
What do you do with the loan?
Of course, you know me.
Dr. Zippy Okoth is a university lecturer and the first Kenyan to acquire a PhD in theater-related studies. In fact, hata mimi nimesomea kwake.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, hujawaambia nilikufundisha. Hebu waambie tena. You're this good because
na closing. Who knew she could school people about money too?
Now, when I went to import this CRV Honda, that year, the ones they say that they stopped manufacturing for like some 2 gap years there. So if I needed a CRV Honda, I was going to get one that, you know, in Kenya we export 7 years back. So I was only going to be able to get the one that were made 5 years back. And that was extremely expensive.
Yes. In our quest to understand the whole process of wealth creation, kumbe the more you know, the more you need to know.
Yeah, usitamani mimi nataka Mungu wa Zippy. Ujui Mungu wa Zippy?
Mungu wa Zippy ni equity.
Mimi you know.
Yes. Kwanza watu wa kujenga, if you're looking to build a home, this episode will definitely strike a chord.
Because if somebody who's paying 150 per month in a house in Lavington, that's a house that would cost them how much if they were to buy it?
Probably
100 million?
Yes.
Yes. So 100 million for that same house, if I was to build it outside town, it would be like 10M.
I'm your host, Dr. Kingori, and this right here is another reason to stay subscribed to our channel. Kama huja subscribe, this is another reason to hit subscribe and turn on the notifications bell. Kabla tuanze episode wadau, how about a quick word that could take your business to a whole new level? Unajua, in very many other contexts, nakuanga a voice expert. I know a thing or two about listening to the inner voice. Kuna places nyingine na kuanga voice of reason. Alafu kwa corridors za biashara naweza kukuchanua about a proper invoicing system. You see what I did there? Now, kama hauja streamline biashara yako na a proper invoicing system, niko sure umejipata place, you have a client unafaa kutuma invoice, alafu unakimbia online kudownload template. You know the problems that come with that. Why not get a system that is tailor-made for all your invoicing needs? Imagine an invoice system that is KRA compliant, inakuja na eTIMS integration, alafu pia iko na auto-signed secure KRA submissions. That's the Odoo invoice app for you. And that's just a tip of the iceberg. Bado kuna features kama automation ya the whole invoicing process from creation and customization to payment reminders and reconciliation. Hii ni siri inawaibia by the way. Odoo is very much slept on. Hii ni area moja wase wamelalia masikio sana. The earlier you jump on it, the better. And here's the best part. You can now start invoicing on Odoo for free, and that's for life, including hosting and support if it's the first app you choose on the Odoo platform. Link ya how to get started ndio tumekuwekea kwa description ya hii video. Now, what do I mean by the first app you choose on Odoo ni free? Simple. The invoicing app is just one of the many business support apps that Odoo provides. Odoo is a platform iko na any application you need for the daily smooth running of your business processes. Ikuwe ni accounting, ikuwe ni HR, ikuwe ni sales, ikuwe ni inventory, point of sale, you name it, Odoo wako nayo. So, kwa hizo apps zote nimetaja and many more, ile ya kwanza unachagua, you get it free for life, including hosting and support. So busy yako ikigrow, you can add more on need basis and at an affordable price. Link tumekuwekea hapa kwa description on how to get started. Weka busy yako in order with Odoo.
And a lot of things about culture, but things are changing. I mean, we are selling out shows, so.
But that's also a community you build.
That's a community you've built over time.
It's not that you wake up and you just do a poster. And
No. Like even me, it has taken me over 10 years to build this community.
What do you mean?
Yes.
10 years to build the community.
Yes.
So
yeah.
This community, tukisema you're selling out a show, let's talk National Theatre, that's 450 people.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. If I do 2 shows, like I know I can sell like even 900. Like right now we are at Catholic University.
Yes.
We've already sold out 1 show, the other one is selling. So we are sure we're going to sell out those 2 shows. Yes.
Oh,
but
you don't just wake up and say you have a show.
Because I remember the first time we had a show was 2013, then 2015, then now 2016, 2017, I didn't have a show. Then 2018, I had a show. Yes.
So it has been building from the first one.
Yes.
You struggled to sell the first one? Huh.
I have done 5 shows and sold barely 150 tickets.
150 out of a target, yeah? Like possibly for it to make sense?
Let me say, I think like the first public show we did was like, you remember Phoenix Players?
Yes.
Yeah, so that was a capacity of 120. Then you do 5 shows, that should be 600 if it is full to capacity. Remember that time we were selling tickets at 1,000? Yes, and maybe 800 advance, things like that. Yeah, and we don't even reach 100K.
I've always asked myself the question of, okay, there's 2 things.
Yeah.
One is there's building the community, and then the purchasing power. Is that a factor?
Yeah, you just have to know your people.
Because someone said, actually, there's no artist in Kenya can sell out Kasarani Stadium. And then, yes.
But Eric Omondi did.
Selling out. Like, unaona?
Yeah.
Like, let's say, for example, it's
because what's the capacity?
It's 40,000 full to capacity, and they've paid.
I thought Eric Omondi did. Eric Omondi did.
Kenyans paying 1,000 bob?
No, it was not 1,000. I think it was 500 bob.
So now his standard rate. In fact, his standard rate will be like between 2K to 5K. Wajaze. I'm asking this because unaona in the US.
Standard rate for Kenyans is 1,500.
Oh.
Not 2K.
Standard rate.
Standard rate.
So how do we arrive at that? Is it purchasing power?
Yeah, it's the one that people easily pay.
Easily.
Easily. Yeah. Like you see, when we put like at 1,500, people will easily pay. 2,000 people easily pay. After 2,000, like they have to ask, must I?
Do they really care about you that much?
Yes, exactly. They must really, 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 really like you.
But then we have Russell Peters coming to Kenya and selling out a show.
Yes.
There are 5,000 people at 20,000
Because you
ticket.
see, when did you start listening to that person?
So your emotional investment in that.
Yes, exactly. You started listening to that person when you're 16, 20, 30. It's like you have an attachment like, man.
You have to.
And this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. See it here, kwa sure huyu atakuja tena. Yeah.
I've struggled with that kidogo, and the culture. People are encouraged to get into entertainment, but what market are you going for if the audience itself has not been programmed to consume content like that?
So you have to get your niche. Like me, I know my niche is women. Women 30 to 50 years category.
Yes.
Yeah. So I target them with my stories because I know that's my age bracket. They will understand my story, the challenges they go through. So I curate knowing this is the audience. Like someone in their 20s might attend the show, someone above 50 might attend the show, but those are outliers. You get it? 80% are between 30 to 50 years. And they identify with these stories. Okay. So getting your niche market, target market, and there's the age bracket, there's the economic status. You have to sit down and say, who am I curating for?
You have to do that.
You have to do that.
Unajua, it's funny that I'm going to say this, but you are about one of the few teachers who practice what you teach.
Yeah, I'm among the few.
Yes. Some people say, the business teacher does not even have a business.
Yes. You're in the business of teaching.
I wanna, like, they cannot practice what they are teaching you.
Yeah.
Now for us to have this conversation, I was nilikwambia, ni aje platform yetu, we are so invested in learning about money. Ukasema tutawaambia story ya pesa kabisa, and I was very excited about that. So now hata tuanzie tuna the industry you're in, say film and theater. what is, okay, when you create that, are you guaranteed, when you create a niche, are you guaranteed that you'll get people that can actually qualify it to be a business? Ama, it's still the outliers who will benefit, the few.
I believe, like any business, you must give it time to grow. So where is the consistency? So there are those people, there are businesses that can grow very fast in 6 months. Just like, I mean, some artists can come up and in 6 months they've shot, you know. Then there are those ones of us who have built it over years, you know. Yes. So like any business, that are the one who sells clothes, the one who does consultancy. With time, you get better at your work, you get more clients. So I always say, let's not look at it as entertainment. Let's look at it like business in general. How does business grow? Business takes time. It needs what? Hard work, consistency, reinventing yourself. So that's the same thing we have to do as filmmakers. We can't keep doing the same, like this is the same stories we have been doing since I don't know which years. You have to find out, has the audience changed in their perceptions? What kind of stories does the audience like right now? So those are things that we have to keep asking ourselves. You know, like if you watch the movie industry in the world, there are years when you find a lot of horror movies were done, like for 2-3 years. Then you look at another segment of years, another 3 years, it was just drama and comedies. Then you look at another, you get what I mean? Because they realize this is a time, it's a season. Maybe people were too depressed and they enjoyed comedy more. You get it? Or maybe people wanted something so realistic and that they could easily relate to, and that's what they wanted to watch more, you know. Or people wanted to identify with historical stories, you know. They were in the era of awakening. They wanted to know where did he come from. So you find like a lot of that at that time when people are just doing movies about the history, where did we come from, you know, Wakanda. We are Africans, we are not Americans, you know. Yeah, so you have to find out what's trending in people's minds. Not what's already out, because if it's about what's already out, by the time you create yours, the trend will be gone.
It's not about how loaded you are marketing-wise. Because if
we have had movies that did very bad.
Despite the marketing budget.
Exactly. The question is it ready for the market?
But are we just copying the Western culture, especially in movies? Because what's the incentive to do a movie in Kenya?
There's no incentive.
No, not at all. You just be wasting time.
No, I can't say you'll just be wasting time.
Following your passion.
Yes, following passion. I think if only we found an easier way to make cheap movies. I don't want to even say low budget. Let's say cheap.
Cheap movies.
Cheap, because nowadays almost a lot of cameras are good. You know, there was a time that cameras were giving us those whitish kind of movies. Nowadays, even these phones that we have are having very good pictures. You get it? So nowadays, almost all cameras can take good quality pictures. Almost many cameras are shooting already on 4K or let's say 1080 HD. So we should stop shooting for Netflix. Let's shoot for our TV. Do you know that your local TV, the one at home, is only screening things either on 720 pixels or 1080 at most?
Standard, yes.
So why are we shooting on 4K? For who? Because this phone of yours sees best on 720 and 1080 sometimes.
Okay.
For the few phones,
So you could actually, so then Basi, the gap, that's a very good point to say. Like we should not stop shooting for Netflix. The audience is there, just that we are giving them the US standards.
Yes.
Or the Western world standards, okay?
Yeah.
So then the gap then is, okay, then there's
we are using so much money to create a type of quality that our audience cannot absorb in their home gadgets. You get what I mean?
Yes.
Why hire a camera of 50,000 if you know that it's only going to be screened on mobile phone or TV at home or laptop?
Do we have a chance to actually build an industry? Because I don't want to commit to the temptation that the idea of success for many people, kama in the arts,
is Netflix. or
but,
cinema, you know.
Yeah, but it's also
Yeah.
it also feels like it's a fallacy. Like you are Enyaji, how many people can actually be employed by the creative industry?
There is doing film and there's the business, you know. Yeah. As a business person, number one thing you must do is to be selfish, first and foremost. There's a difference between a business person and a philanthropist. So you have to choose your path. You can't be both at the same time. Yes. A philanthropist wants to take care of, like, how many people can we employ? How many people's lives are we changing? You know?
You cannot be that.
A business person is, what is the minimum number of people we can employ to get maximum profit? That's business.
Simple as that.
Simple, yeah. But we want to please everyone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You see, you can't make everyone happy. If you want to look at it like how many people you're employing, think of it as many business people, the number of people they're employing is what will create an industry. You don't have to employ many people as an individual. So each business needs to employ the minimum number of people to maximize profits.
Okay.
To sustain itself, yeah.
And then after you have exploited people a good one, you become a philanthropist.
Yes.
That's what the stage is. That's how it
You
goes.
give back to the community.
Okay. So, we'll come back to your Mathia film. But before we started the conversation, before the cameras rolled, you mentioned something about, tulikuwa naongea story ya commuting.
Yes.
Na the cost of commuting using one car, tukataja middle class. So now, something rang in my head. One of our guests, alisema, we are obsessed with owning a house, okay?
Yeah.
And akasema unaenda, I'll paraphrase, you go buy a piece of land huko kwa kichaka where unaweza chelewa ukuliwe na simba,
yes,
so that you save on rent, right?
Yeah.
You yourself fit the profile. Yeah.
Mimi in fact nimeenda nikanunua hiyo kwa kichaka ni karibu kukulwa na simba.
But we are speaking to the right person. So now when you did the math, let's say commuting would ukifanya mathematics na consumption fuel consumption ukiweka and there, that's probably, if you decide to use your car every day, could be 80,000.
Yes.
Okay. When you break down the cost of your house, utapata you're probably coming to around 200,000 cumulatively. Why not just stay in Runda, ama stay in Parklands where you can walk to
because there are things I think now that comes to culture and personal beliefs or cultural beliefs. You get it? That comes into play. For some of us who grew up in the village, we don't believe in apartments. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like living in apartment, we feel like it's so town, but we still crave to have our own home, whether it is in the outskirts of Nairobi or in the village. We feel like a home is a permanent place. No matter what happens, we can go there. We still have this imagination or a reality of we want to grow our own vegetable and eat it from our garden, whether it's a small garden. You know, those are things that I can't get in an apartment. So when you look at a place like Runda, it's already gated. The price already hiked because of the people who existed there before. So what happens? You have to go to another place which is outskirts of town. Actually, the cost of living in town and the cost of living out of town is the same. Someone living in Lavington, paying rent of maybe, if it's a 4-bedroom house,
350 to 500K.
That's the amount.
That's around, yes.
Yes, so you can imagine. My fuel is cheaper than.
Okay, but you can, ukisema hivyo, that's for.
You get what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, like even if hata hiyo ni nyingi, tuseme total ni 200K.
But hata 150 you can get
yes. Sasa tuseme apartment, si ndio? Sasa ya chukua apartment 150, hiyo ni 3-bedroom, you know. Siku kuna hizo apartment.
No, 150 you can get a standalone house.
Oh, standalone house.
You can, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So imagine 150 uko hapo. But that is the rent. Mimi, I'm having my permanent house and I'm paying, let me say, 60 on fuel. So the only difference is time. But time and comfort and peace and silence, yeah.
That is
and my
assuming,
weekends. Yeah,
that's
so
assuming there is noise in Lavington. But then
yes,
again,
there's noise in Lavington. Now Lavington nowadays is very noisy.
so
Yeah.
unaona, if you do the math,
Yeah.
utapata you are arriving at around the same figure.
Yes.
Because
It's
you built
exact.
your house, you
Yes.
just stretched over your rent.
Yes,
So the numbers are still
are still the same.
only
so the
that you
question
are
is-
suffering the inconvenience
Yeah.
of spending 4 hours of your life
Yeah.
every day on the road.
No. It's not the inconvenience. It is the convenience of going to your home where there's peace and there's assurance of no one is going to come and take it again later. Because if somebody who's paying $150 per month in a house in Lavington, that's a house that would cost them how much if they were to buy it?
Probably
100 million?
yes.
Yes. So 100 million for that same house, if I was to build it outside town, it would be like 10M. Yeah.
For the math of location.
So when you
yes.
look at the permanence of it, then it is better to build outside. Yeah. Because 100 million, how many years would it take me to make 100 million, sincerely, as a middle class Kenyan? Yes.
You've dropped that name, Sana. What does middle class mean?
Middle class.
Yes.
So
What does middle class mean?
actually, we have middle class lower and middle class upper.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Generalized.
So, generalized, middle class Kenyans are people who are earning around 100K and above. Most of them have at least a diploma or a degree. Most of them have at least a car that costs 1 million and above. It can be anything from a Vitz to, to kuendelea hapo.
Well, there's a car that you are nowhere still. You are upper poor.
No. So that's middle lower. So, as long as you have a car, you are already middle class lower. Yes, then there's middle class upper.
You're just above poverty. Like,
yes, you're above poverty. Then the other one, you're just slightly below there were those high class people.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's
Yeah. Yes.
So for me, we've done the mathematics. We had a guest on the show, our episode, one of our recent episodes, the CEO for Jubilee Insurance. Kasema earning 200,000 in Nairobi, and that debate was plausible.
Yeah.
It's if you actually to follow the principles of saving.
Yes.
200K is still no money.
To a lot of Kenyans, he's speaking from a privileged point of view. A lot of Kenyans are earning between 70 to 150.
70 to 150.
Yes. Someone earning 200 and above is among the privileged now. Yes.
So now the government
That's why
bites
we are
30%.
doing. That's why most Kenyans have a side hustle.
But side hustle is another conversation actually. If you earn, and I believe that example was plausible because 200,000, right? The actual statement that we agreed on was with 200,000 you cannot even afford to live in Kilimani if you want to save something.
No. You should not be able to afford.
You should not be able
Yes,
to afford.
if you're thinking right with money, you should not be able to live in Kilimani.
Exactly. That's a powerful statement. Thinking right with money. Elaborate that. What is thinking right with money?
There are people who live for the moment. Like, it's not about investing or saving. Because, if you get 200K, they say your rent should not take more than 30% of your income.
The government has already taken 30%.
Yes. So your rent should not take more than 30%. So this 200, you're talking about 200 before tax, yeah? Because anyone getting you 200K, that's already 30% tax,
Yes.
So the person is left with 130.
140. I believe.
140 there.
Yes.
So this 140. So if you're supposed to take around, that person should not pay more than 40,000 on rent.
Should not pay more than 40,000.
Should not pay more than 40,000.
40,000. Where do you live with 40,000?
Many places.
Ni huko kwa kichaka?
I never lived in any place more than the highest I ever paid on rent was 22,000.
But 22,000, when nikisikia story yako ni 2013, 22,000.
No, even 20. I moved to my house in 2021. Yes.
The highest you ever paid was 22,000.
Yes.
But still, I'm doing the math because, okay, 22,000.
I know, yes.
Hapo tunaongelea Mirema.
Yeah, I once lived
above
actually in Mirema before it got crowded. So I left Mirema in 2017.
Before the Nigerians.
Before the Nigerians. That time, there were no high-rise buildings in Mirema and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so that time, I think we were paying around 16, 18. Then I moved to Ngong, we paid 18, 20. Then I think 22 before I moved out. The thing is, you have to just find what works within your means if you really want to save. Yeah, if you because I mean, if you don't want to save, to be honest, you can even be earning 140 and you spend 80,000 on rent and you find a way to survive with the other 50. People have different priorities.
So I would say your philosophy of home ownership is inspired by fear.
No.
Because so no one should come and take it away.
Of course, that's one. It's not inspired by fear, it's inspired by the culture of saving and investment. Let me put it like that. Yeah, I grew up knowing that any money you get, any money you must save 30% for long term and 20% for short term.
20% for long term?
30% long term. That's how I've lived my life ever since.
That explains a lot. So in Amanisha, you've always lived on 50%
of my income.
How practical is that?
Accepting your situation and living within your means. But most people don't.
Kila mtu anasemanga living within your means.
Yes.
Okay? Living within your means.
Living within your means, knowing if I am earning 100,000, I only have 50,000 to spend. So if I want to spend more than 50,000, then I must have a side hustle or something like that. But this money that's coming, 50 must be saved. 30 into long term. Long term means a house, a car, land, you know. Short term means emergency. You know, you may need another chair. Short term, you know, things like that. But the other 50, imagine there is every place you can live within any amount of money you have.
Sawa.
Yes.
So now, let's design a typical lifestyle for someone who earns 100K.
100K.
For someone who earns 100K.
Yeah.
And first of all, the next thing I'm interested in is your process for owning a house. And first of all, we define a house that you live in as an asset. But let's design a lifestyle for someone who earns 100K.
Someone who earns 100K. Let's start from, and that is after tax, yeah?
Yes, after tax. Take home.
So for such a person, I'll say take 30,000 and save. So 30,000 you can save either on Sacco or Chama, whatever. And be aware if you're good in a good Chama. You know, there are Chamas that are not good there. But so let's assume that it's a very stable kind of whatever. Or nowadays, people like money market, which I don't really believe in. But just something more long term, you know.
So you have 360K in a year.
Yes, that one you have 360K in a year, which if you are saving in a Sacco, you can get a loan of 1M or 1.5.
Tutaenda kwa what do you do with the loan?
Of course, you know me. Nitaanza na buy land.
That is not an investment. We will qualify that. That's sour. You're saving 30K.
Yeah, so you're saving 30K.
That's for long term.
Yeah, that's for long term.
Okay.
Then the other 20K, I save for short term. Short term means I can buy a gas cooker, I can buy sufurias, I can buy, you know, as I'm thinking of myself as a mother. Short term can mean even school fees, you know. Short term saving, the 20%. So
you're not going past 240K on short term. Like in 1 year, you have 240K.
If I have so I have 240. I know I have 240 per year too. So meaning my children's school fees must fit within this 240.
So hapa hata uwezi eka ujaluo ya sofa hata hiyo kidogo.
So si utaamua kama watoto wataenda kwa academy yenye unalipa 20K per term or 30 ama 50K per term, wewe utaamua depending on how many children you have. So assume you have got 2 children. Yes. So you'll take them to a school. Let's hope now get a school that they can be paying 70 then.
Okay.
Per year. Yeah. See, utakuwa ukitoa 77, that's 140.
Sawa.
Utakuwa umebaki na, you know,
Sawa, umebaki na 50.
Umebaki na 50K.
Yes.
So that means get a house that you don't pay more than 15 or 20K.
So let's go to the upper limit.
Alafu sasa uongeze transport.
Umebaki na 30K.
Yes. Yeah. Sasa hapa ndio transport. Sasa now one.
And you've not eaten.
Yeah, ndio sasa ninafika hapo. So toa 10,000 ya transport. Toa 10,000 ya transport because I'm going to give you a final solution.
Hapa haupandi mood.
So umebaki na ngapi?
20K.
Yeah. So I'm assuming your family is a family of 4 people. Sindio? Yes. So a family of 4 people, 20,000. Let me say, if you really plan your budget very well, you can still eat meat 3 times a week. You get what I mean? The other days, there's a lot of foods. Yes, eat meat 2 or 3 times a week. Bado kuna minji, bado kuna potato na cabbage stew.
So 20K is for malnutrition.
Kuna githeri. Yes.
This is for malnutrition. Because what other name do we give it?
So the thing is, if you budget well, we're talking about somebody who has got 100K, wanna get? Yes. So if you budget well, imagine 15,000 mtakula na mtashiba. The thing is, you have to know, one, how to buy things in wholesale, where to buy them, in bulk. Yes.
So this is where frugality comes in.
Yes.
So
like twice a month, unaenda the big market near your area, you buy things in bulk, whether it's potatoes and stuff like that. You have to find a way. Imagine people find a way. If people are living with 10 or 15,000 a month.
Si ndio nasema tumeanzia 100K.
Yes.
So tukishuka hapa kwa 60, you need to find a cave.
So this is a person who's living very well, by the way. Yeah.
15K actually is a 1 bedroom na umeshapea mtu family.
Ni 1 bedroom, which estate?
Hata Mirema, I think it's supposed to be almost 20.
So there's a place, wakienda slightly maybe Rongai, anaweza pata. Akienda Matasi.
Then the transport.
Ndio maana alisema transport is 10K. Yeah.
Hey, you should apply for off at least twice a week.
Why?
Work from home.
People are living and working and doing all that.
I understand, but when you go by this mathematics, you are living so rigidly. So alafu ulisema the 360K.
Stop using that word rigidly.
Okay.
That is how most Kenyans are living. So don't use that word.
Nasema you live. Unaona hata ile when you meet people, let's say for example hang out. Exactly. Ama you go buy someone lunch, utoe 5K.
Watoto wanakula githeri.
Wiki mzima.
Yes, ama uombe lift kwenda job like.
Ulinunua pizza. So you have to compensate elsewhere.
Mtoto akipita shule lazima utamnunulia pizza umpeleke chicken in, alafu hiyo wiki watu wakule tu what? Fried rice.
Sawa. This is your budget for 1 year. Alafu wewe ndio umesema
30,000 umeweka nini long term?
Sawa, ukutane na sako, uborrow 1 million. So this 1 million is going to bite another 35,000 from your already 100,000.
Kumbuka you are always saving 30,000 per month. So hiyo ndio inaingia kwa kulipa sako.
So when you borrow, that's what you used to pay.
Yes. Yeah. So you are saving 30,000 for long term. So when you take a loan, paying that loan with your long term saving is,
So you don't. So now when you borrow, you stop saving the 30,000. This assuming you don't have a side hustle.
Yes.
You stop saving till you stop saving for 4 years till you finish paying the loan.
So now you start looking for side hustle. That's why every Kenyan has a side hustle.
Give me an example of a side hustle. Because
side hustle is anything you can do aside from your work in the evenings or on weekends. Yes. Like you can teach people
ukiwa kwa jam because your options are housing ni umesema mtu aende kuna mahali umesema Matasia. Utafika Matasia, umetoka 5 unaenda Matasia.
Utafika 7.
Ufike 7. So now you're from work, so you go to work now officially ya kucompensate.
Do you know what? Women are doing catering over the weekend every time. Tunanunua vitenge na kuuza kwa ofisi. Yes.
Where then? So I I asked someone.
You're thinking like a man. Me, I'm thinking like a woman. Women
Right,
are
so,
doing this business.
that's fine. That's fine.
Yes.
But can you live outside the cycle of borrowing? Because once you borrow,
Yes.
very few people are able to get out of that system. Na hata kama ni investment, kama hii land. How is land an investment?
We are not talking about, you see, buy a land
I
within your
believe
means.
yes. Yes, I believe that.
But buy a land within your means. Don't go to buy land in a place that you can't afford. Let me say, when I was looking for the land to build my house, I told myself, I'm looking for a land of 1M. And around Ngong, there is land for 3 million, 5 million. Anytime somebody says that price, they're like, that's not within my budget. You get it? You have to be very real with yourself, because we're talking about 100,000, yet a lot of people are getting 50, 60,000. You get it?
Yes.
And imagine people are still creating a life out of it. The issue most people have is wanting to impress jirani, nini, what. May I believe if you live within your means, there is a lot that can happen. So one, that is why marriage is beautiful. Because now you can cost share.
Cost share?
Yes.
Is that even a word that exists? Tuambiane ukweli, cost share. What do you mean cost sharing?
I mean, somebody can chip in space. The man, let me say, a lot of times they find in households, either the man or the woman can pay school fees, another one can buy food, you know.
Then that qualifies that relationship as something our mutual friend Silas Nyanchwani has branded as a union of economic refugees.
No.
You're hiding in the marriage because of...
Let's talk about those terms. I will not dig into how they call it.
So that's why marriage is good. Because you're cost sharing.
No, because marriage means you are sharing the love, you're sharing the cost, you're sharing this existence together. That's what our parents did, I mean. Yeah.
You are on record on Jagiro's show, which is
says
a statement. In a statement that I had so many opinions on. Unsema it was easier for women back in the day. Uko kitambo.
Yeah.
Really?
It was. It was. Women were doing a lot, by the way. If you look at it, one, this man is going to the city or to the town to work. But do you know what the woman is doing? She's harvesting. She's taking care of the home, meaning less wastage. And this is something that we know even nowadays. When someone has a housewife, there's less wastage in the house. Yeah.
Says the first person to acquire a PhD in a field.
And that is true. That is true. There's less wastage in the house. Yeah. Atakikisha, like, you know, soap, people are not just using soap and leaving it there. You know, people are not, like, everything is used under guidance. And so there's no wastage. That's why Kitambo, yes, the people will be there in the home, then people will be harvesting together, you know, then threshing of that maize. There will be less wastage. But if the mother is not there, when they come home in the evening, if people are threshing maize, then there's still some spread all over. The chicken is eating it. That's wastage. So the fact that the woman was at home does not mean it was not contributing too much. It was helping one save on the wastage that could have happened if she was not around. Two, it was also helping with the people who could have been hired to do that job. She was there to help do it. Yes? Yeah, so there's a lot.
So tell me if this would create peace for a housewife. If you met someone and you decided to compensate them for the value of what they were providing, would that be a good trade-off?
For what they were providing, like
you
let's say you're a very rich man and then you decide to pay your wife 200,000 every month.
Hey, that's very specific. A very rich man. Like, hey, that's very specific. I'm trying to wrap my head around. Men should provide, and women do so much.
Yes.
And cost sharing with a woman. That's a paradox.
So men should provide leadership, provide guidance. Let's start from there. Yes, and if you know you're not good with the finances, please let your wife help you. Because when you say some men think that because they are men, they will direct all the finances. A lot of men, to be categorical, are very bad with finances and budgeting. Yeah, because men Men live in the moment. A lot of men live in the moment. So women think of the family as a whole. Naturally.
Because you live longer.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So we start thinking of what if, the children, what if. So if you're not good with finances, let the spouse who's good with finances handle the finances. It doesn't mean that ukipata pesa yako, you give the other person all of it. But as a family, you can know, like, okay, this person gets 50,000, the other one gets 100. How can we each contribute to the family kitty? If this one is getting 50, they can contribute 30. If this one is getting 100, they can contribute 80 into the main family kitty. You get it? And then you decide, okay, who is taking care of what? Those kind of stuff. You see, that as a family that already has 150, they can independently or collectively save 50,000. So the question is, are people open enough with their finances? No, that is where the problem is.
Said a very good thing. Unaona hii hesabu yetu ya 100k.
Yeah.
Hii 100k is one person earning. So when we go to household income, so is it a good strategy? Because I've had a debate with someone, marriage is an economic decision.
Yeah.
Sometimes it used to be political, sometimes it's a family decision, but mostly it's an economic decision.
Yeah.
So in this context, if you become ruthless business people, yes, Sindio, like, would it be strategic to say, marry someone who you go in, mkijua, by the way, it's a business strategy. I earn 100k, you earn 100k, that's 200k, let's build this. Right?
Is that make the marriage very bad.
Why?
Oh, marriage, you go because I love you and you love me and I want to share forever with you. Yeah.
You of all people know how the I love you is such a lie, you know?
No, I believe in I love you.
For the most part. It is true. It exists. It exists. But lazima ikuwe na
The thing is this, the sharing of course should be out of love. Because if there's no love in marriage, it becomes very difficult. And let's not look at love as the butterfly's love. No. Let's look at love as our parents' love. Respect, mutual understanding, caring for each other. Yeah, without that, like
most people.
You need to know, like, are you fine? Did you travel safe? Those kind of stuff. Yeah.
That's fine. The outliers, there are outliers.
Yes.
I'm sorry for introducing my former toxicity in the conversation. Kuna there are outliers, so people who find true companionship. 100%,
Yes.
I agree. Like I've seen on the interwebs, you have found lately. Yes. So, but now
I always find.
Yeah.
I believe that even those ones that ended, we had something. Then things happened.
Sasa unaenda kwa direction yenye okay, without digressing, mtu anaweza sema the marriages za kitambo, they did not work because of love, they worked because of fear and the constraints that were placed on women. Na hiyo pande unaenda you have always found, inamaanisha if we are to be straight up in a conversation, then but it should have been we should not be overly obsessed with the concept of forever. We should date on contract, like contract dating. Like we can have fun for 2 years. Ikikuwa sawa, we can renew, we can stop from there. You understand? So that the expiry date ikifika and
women love forever.
Even if it's a lie.
Yeah, we love the fantasy, That's why fantasy movies are made for who? Women. Yeah. That's why women are more religious, because we believe in that forever, everlasting. Yeah.
So this is my submission. The so-called marriage used to work. According to the stats I've seen, the idea of marriage started going down.
A lot of times, traditionally.
No, for posterity, I believe.
Yes.
To continue the bloodline and commitment to family, that used to work.
Yeah.
Okay? And your division of roles. Around the 1960s, when women start getting freedoms na ku get jobs, it starts going downhill. Gets worse in the 90s, way of kikuja huku mbele. It's for the simple reason, My first submission is, okay, women are wired to feel pain when they spend, because you have not evolved Mi hata hii mambo unatuambia cost sharing, I'm struggling to find the common ground. Ati cost sharing.
No. There's never a 50-50 in marriage. Let's start from there. Yeah.
What is cost
but
sharing
women
then?
contribute a lot. One, the clothes the children wear, their hairs to be made, if you have girls like me. Yeah, so those are costs that we look into. And a man can be able to budget for the whole month, but the wife will be able to buy fruits and snacks. A woman is always contributing, not another.
So umesema ni wewe lipa rent ndanunua machungwa.
Lakini maji ilinunuliwa aje na pengine penye mnaishi hakuna maji. So women are always still contributing, taking care of this nitty-gritties that you don't feel until when they are not there, then you realize, oh, people always buy water in this house. Oh,
Then that is not cost sharing. That is balance of responsibilities, Ama?
The man might still be contributing more financially. But you see, the problem with provision when we look at it today is that men think of provision in terms of how much are you bringing to the table, like in terms of exact amount of money. No, women
that shouldn't be the case.
Yeah, because women are not just bringing the shilling.
Yeah. So see, hata sisi, why don't we have a chance to bring that which
You're
is not the shilling? No. That which it is contributions, you.
No, you are bringing the contribution of which is not the shilling still. Of course, you're a father.
Oh,
you
so
are a husband.
Lazima we contribute that which is not the shilling.
But women bring more emotional contribution, the nurturing, the caring, ensuring that food is at home, cooked on time, children have eaten. You come, you're like, yes, you bought food, but did you ensure the kids ate and slept?
So men are logical.
Saved you.
Men are logical. Me, I don't force kids to eat.
Even women, I mean. Exactly. But the thing is this, a woman will ensure they eat a nutritious meal.
Me, I'm pro-free will. I'm pro-free will. At ensuring the kids eat.
Yes. You see.
Biology will do its thing.
A father can make the kids eat spaghetti and rice every day with tomato sauce. A mother will be like, hey, kuleni mboga leo, weka cabbage leo, occasion, add something, yeah.
So you don't have to get married if you can hire a good nutritionist?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, thank you. I'm glad we agree. I'm glad we agree on that.
Marriage is not a must if it works for you. But marriage is a beautiful thing. I mean, I'm a divorcee, by the way.
Why?
But marriage, I believe, step.
I agree with you too. I agree with you too. I've seen the marriages that work, and I agree with most of the points you're making. But the dynamics have changed. So what incentive do people have to get married? Both men and women today. Na hatujamaliza hiyo cost sharing kwa sababu umepitia Southern Bypass.
I don't know what incentive. I think maybe for me, the incentive to get married is just to have a forever. Yeah, I still believe it. The way you're doing, like,
you're onto something. You're onto something on the idea of household income. Yes. But then again, we also agree that there's no 50-50 in marriage.
There's no 50-50.
But I'm also stuck in creating wealth, all right? Tukisema someone, and sasa this is, when we do mathematics na 100K, we are talking about 4% of Kenyans, right?
Yes.
So a majority are working with far much less. You understand?
Yeah.
So let's use 100K for example purposes. Yes. But then again, so you have built for yourself. On your favorite podcast, Jagero, Dialogues with Jagero, you actually on record that you built more than one house. Okay, so let's work backwards. I'll not ask the details about that. Let's work backwards.
So the other one I built with my ex-husband, and then this one I built on my own. Yes.
That speaks a lot to your spirit of like non-attachment to material things.
Yes, again, I have a non-attachment.
That's very good.
I let go. I mean, if a business or something doesn't work, you're like...
You're not a victim of sunk cost fallacy.
No.
Okay.
I believe if I can get this by now, I mean, how much more can I get? if I just allow myself to start building again. Yeah.
That's a beautiful mindset. Yes. So now I'd like us to work backwards. Yeah. Most people struggle with building. What was your process of building so that we can wrap our head around the math typically? And I'm asking this so that so someone watching can see where they fall and what they can. I'll give you an example. I have a cousin. I talk about him on our podcast a lot, Mike. Mike is one of the most ardent savers I know in Embu, right? But I learned from him that he does not wait for a lump sum. He right now he's working on some rental houses, and he's been working with scarce resources, and he believes in starting. So on that front, I agree with the people who believe in starting small, and I subscribe to that. Okay, but on the other hand, we have there like and the context of Mike is in Embu, but that does not excuse that someone in another place can't do it. But nikiangalia mathematics, when you insert borrowing and interest rates kidogo, na hii mathematics ya if you spend 1,000 kubaia watu ka drink, watu wakule githeri for, you understand? People suffering because you said high.
People sacrifice, it's not suffering, people sacrificing for a little pleasure. For
a little pleasure, right? So what was your process of building? Because I would like to get, that was someone watching, like, what was it like? Did you work backwards? Did you have a strategy? Is it the side hustles? What was your process of building?
So for me, I had some little savings for a start that I paid deposit for the land. And then I paid for that land like within 6 months slowly, you know. Because I told you I was looking for land that costed 1M. And I didn't want to go beyond that budget because it's always just going to be like +1 -1, like 900 or 1.1, you know. So after that, after paying for the land, I took a small loan to start it off. So I took a loan of around 2.5, and then I started the house. So first also, when the person was designing my house, that's my sister, I told her, build for me a house that I can enter. Kama chini meisha, then I'll go on the upper part. Because there are some designs that you cannot. So you have to make that very clear to your architect. So when the house was like halfway done, I partitioned where they're supposed to be the dining area, I partitioned it on part of the living room nicely. And that's where it became like the living room. Then one of the bedrooms downstairs, that's where I was now sleeping in as the master bedroom. And of course now the sitting room, which made have seemed small, but it was still bigger than the one at the rental, you know. So we used that for about a year. And now you remember there's the long-term saving that is helping pay the loan. But there's the rent that I was paying on the other side, which I still have, you get it. So started saving on that rent, you know, and if I get side hustle, side gigs, I put it together. Kidogo, I add what? Mchanga, then you add stones, then you're like, this is enough. You call the fundi like, Ebu, you can come. They come to work for 2 weeks and disappear, you know. The wall has gone like 3 courses, pole, you know. And the upper part took like a year to complete. Yes. And then, you know, then even up to now, it is still not complete.
Yes.
The whole house is complete, you know, but finishings, those are things that we are doing slowly, you know, tiles here and there, wardrobes here and there, you know, making it nice. But the aesthetics, the things that we needed, those ones we were able to build slowly at our own pace. I'm also a strong believer of just start. And I'm very spiritual. I believe if you start, God knows that's what you want to do, so He feeds it. Yes.
So what's the case for the people who started wakakwama? God abandoned you, Ama? You did not start with the spirit.
I don't know. Everyone has their own faith. You know, me, that is what I believe. So I can't
Okay.
speak for them because I don't know what happened.
Yes.
Yeah, but on my case, I always believe I start. And sometimes also you should not be in a hurry, do things at your pace, because I had the choice of getting a loan of 5 million, building very fast, paying it for longer, those kind of stuff.
You had those options.
I had those options, but I was like, no, I just want a loan that I can be able to pay with this amount of money. Like I went to the SACC and said, how much loan can I get that I am able to pay this amount of money per month? You get it? And they said that. So I had some other savings because, me, I'm a hustler. Yes, this town we were not born. We came here to hustle.
Yes.
And I mean, God has been faithful. So, yes, so from my hustles, things came, whatever I get, I put in there. But I also love a little luxury here and there,
Yes.
Yes, I said, I don't want my children to one day say, like, hey, when my mother was building our house, God, we suffered, So, of course, we sat down and we agreed. And we said, okay, we will only go out like once a month, but the other times we will like eat at home on Sundays. Kitambo, we were like going out almost every Sunday afternoon. We could go, but now we're like, we agree on one Sunday per month is when we're going to go out and enjoy ourselves fully. The other ones, we come from church, we can maybe buy some small snacks, or we just come home and cook. So, I put them through that journey and they embraced it. Actually, right now, they also look forward sometimes to just that one major outing. Instead of that outing money spread over.
Yes.
So those kind of stuff, we all sat down and made adjustments as a family. So adjustments are important if you all sit down and agree. But for me, what worked is starting small, starting slow, so that when the house was halfway, I moved in. And then even the upper part, slowly. But even after that, I still believe in my saving culture. Like you see, after your main salary, you're already saving the 20 short term, 30 long term. But when I get marupurupu, like somebody calls me to MC, I still save 50%. I don't say that this is extra money, I eat it all. No. I still save 50% of that, for the long term. I put it into the long term saving.
Yes.
So the other short term saving, I can say, hey guys, December, we are going holiday. So I start putting the other one because these other ones, things like food have been catered for in my normal expenses. So when I get side hustles, I'm very disciplined with money, and that's something I think my mother taught us.
That's I wanted to ask that how you manage impulse, but then tukirudi hapa kwa you looking for a piece of land and you said it's $1 million bob, right?
Yes.
What's the difference between that and scarcity mindset now that you subscribe to spirituality? Is that to say like, God, I only trust you to give me $1 million?
No. God also does not like when there's coveting and there's also not being realistic. If God is giving you wisdom, that's not a initial mindset.
But God, silver and gold belongs to God.
Yes, silver and gold belongs
spirituality,
to God, but being realistic is wisdom.
Faith and realistic kidogo pale si unasijua.
No. Those are this Pentecostal mind washing, brainwashing. That is not what you call religion. You get what I mean? Religious brainwashing is what's making people start. Those people are only preaching it. Faith, God will bring. No. God, you cannot plant 10 seeds and expect that God is going to give you a harvest of 100 maize plants.
So you bank on the seeds that you planted.
Yes, if you're saving 30,000.
Nice.
How is it going to suddenly be at the end of the year? So let it happen at 360K.
Yes.
So if you save 30,000, you're going to kneel down and say, God, make that 360 in the bank become.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very well explained.
So being realistic is part of wisdom, and wisdom comes from God.
You plan with your capacity.
Yes, plan with your capacity. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So now the impulse.
Yeah.
Impulse.
Yeah.
There's something called let's say you've saved.
Yeah.
You have $1 million bob.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You come across as someone who if you have a million bob unaweza iona hivi.
Yes.
Okay? If unaweza iona ndio hii. Ai, 5k tu. Shika. 10k, 20. Kwa 1 million it's not shaken.
I'm terrible with impulse. I'm so bad at, like, I don't know how to do impulse.
For real?
Yes. This is what happens. Sometimes I spoil myself, but I'll have told myself, Zippy, this month, I'm just going to have 20,000 for spoiling myself. I deserve it. I have worked hard for it. I'm going to spoil myself and buy myself a shoe of 10,000. And if I get that shoe of 10,000, I'll buy it. But if that is the time when I had not planned that, then suddenly I see a shoe worth 10,000, I will admire that shoe. Akina kwambia, nitasumbuka moyo. Then I'll look at it and tell that person, let me go sleep over it first. If tomorrow I wake up still missing that shoe, then I'll go.
Well, you can't walk at the around up at you want something like really, like it's a good deal. If you don't get it now, you can't get it again and get it.
No. You know, I don't know. Sinaga hiyo tamaa. And if you look at my fashion sense, it tells you a lot. Like if I look at someone's fashion sense, I can tell their spending culture. I rarely have these clothes that are in every shop or exhibition because I don't dress according to trends. Yes, my clothes are timeless. Most times they're vitenge or plain, but they're timeless. But then you'll find people who like, hey, umeona hiyo suti yenye imeingia hiyo lazima ninunue. Like just see somebody with some skirt suits, you're like, this is a terrible spender. This woman is buying a skirt suit almost every month.
So, unajua, I caught myself before niliingia kwa system ya understand how money works financial. I once spent $1 million bob in 3 weeks and I couldn't tell how it happened. So this is how I caught myself. This is how I caught myself.
Ambulance!
This is how I caught myself.
Yes.
And nenda nikaangalia nikasema, maybe a balance of 950k. It looks neat. Ukitoa. Kasema, then I go back kasema, 900 is a flat figure.
Yes.
Okay? It's balanced inakaa poa.
Yes. So unatoa 250 karibu kila siku.
No, sometimes that.
Oh my God.
That's why we do this conversation. That's why we have this conversation.
Oh my God. I don't think I could spend money like that. I don't think I could.
How do you build that? I know my story.
I don't think Okay, maybe it has not happened to me yet, but.
My story changes when my first money teacher starts to rewire my mind. Okay? So now, nikiangalia, mimi I can trace mine to someone directed me to like the area of understanding. Like the system, how it works. How do you build kama wewe your saving culture yenyewe? Does it come, do you have trauma, brokenness trauma, ama it's just something that is wired in you? Is it?
I can't say I have brokenness trauma because I grew up privileged. I always say, I mean, my parents had money. My mother was a businessman. So for me, it's not about trauma. My mother was a businessman and she taught us to save from a very early age.
How did she teach you that?
So my mother, I remember when she used to do some businesses, let me say, there was a time she was getting groceries like sugarcane, bananas, avocados from like KCA and coming to sell them in Homa Bay town. Then you see after she has sold the main ones, because now she was doing wholesale, then kuna hizi zenye zinabaki kidogo kidogo, she could tell us, take them, put them in that uteo, and then you go and sell like by the roadside. Not even far. We used to be by the roadside, so it's like we're just outside the gate. And we could buy. And maybe even from those bananas, somebody could get like even 20 shillings because it is, we're talking about 90s, So that 20 shillings, you could keep it for a whole week. It is 100 shillings. And imagine we were giving our mother money to keep for us. And at the end of the week, she could tell you have 120. There's a time she was doing this ice business. Like, you remember, I don't know, ice. Nowadays, they call it ice pop or popsicle. Yes. So we used to do that one where you mix water and the citric acid and sugar, And so when you come from school, There's the person who's fetching the water, adding water guard, Then there's the one who's now ensuring that the mix is perfect, with the flavor, citric acid, nini. Then there's the people who are in charge of cutting, because it was like one long roll.
Yes,
cutting it. Each person, you're doing your process, you could be paid 5 shillings per day. At the end of the week, you have 30 shillings, because on Sundays we don't work. At the end of the month, you have 120 shillings. And she could tell us, please don't use your money to eat mandazi. If you must eat mandazi with your money at the end of the week, don't eat more than how much? More than 10 bob. Because mandazi was just like 1 bob. There were mandazis for 1 bob and 5 bob and stuff.
Yes.
And so, it just grows to be part of you. When it reaches like during Christmas, people are going to the showground, you have a lot of money. And then she tells you, you cannot use all your money to eat ice cream. Buy yourself something that you can remember with your money. We're talking about 8-year-old, 10-year-old strangers being told like that. So we could even buy ourselves some sandak shoes, some nice butter slippers. I remember when Pata came, they were looking very beautiful. I bought those nice butter sandals. Like you buy yourself something that you can remember. Even, for a girl, like just buying a hair clip, So that really made sense to us. And so as you grow older, you've been saving all your life. You get it? It's not like now you're getting money for the first time and you're saving. I bought my first land when I was how old? 25? Yes, my first plot of land. I bought it when I was 25 years old. Because it's that thing of you've been saving money, then you're like, what do I do with money? Then you hear, it was the Tani Enterprises. Then someone tells me about the Tani, I go visit there, I go site visit, and I buy land. Yes. So things like this are things you have to put a culture in your children. Like even my children right now, they know how to budget. When we go to the supermarket, when it is written a discount, we calculate if it is really a discount or not. Because sometimes it's written a discount, there's something next to it might be feeling like, how do I put it? You might think that this is expensive, but if you calculate it, you realize this one on the side is cheaper, because this other one pengine wamekuweka 5 kg rice wakakuongezea dengu. Get. Then unaona it, price slashed.
Yes.
Then una calculate na hii ingine, you're like, no, we're talking about same quality pishori rice or something.
Yes.
You're like, no, this is a better discount. Wachana na hiyo discount. And they calculate the same. Mommy, it's not a real discount. So you have to teach the children about money early, and that's where we go. We have had a challenge as Kenyans. And people will say to you, some people, there's no money to teach children about. No, you have to teach a child. One day, just test your child with even 50 shillings. Tell them, enda pale ununue nini mboga ya leo. If the child looks and checks, is there tomatoes or onions, then they go and buy maybe mboga for 30 shillings, negotiates, aongepewe nyongeza, anunue kitunguu na nyanya. You're like, this one can calculate. But there's one who will just go with the 50 and say, they just buy mboga for 50. Then you're like, this is too much mboga, but there's no nyanya or kitunguu, So there's all that. So you have to, these are things that somebody does not wake up and start doing. You have to inculcate them in the children early. Yes.
Can the one who buys mboga ya 50
yes.
be programmed into the mindset of the one who knows how to budget?
Yes. Yeah.
So then,
because it's about budgeting, and budgeting is about prioritizing what's needed now. Yes. It's about priorities. That's what budgeting is about. Yeah.
So now, in your story, Pia, I'll quote again on Jagero's platform, because you've been there a few times.
Yeah.
You mentioned that when you moved out of the house that you had built with your ex-husband, you had to start from scratch.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So starting from scratch means you're starting from zero and you apply the same principles to build back.
Yes. Like starting from zero, like I got a house like this, and I had a carpet, and I had a fridge, and I had a Meko. Yeah, and I started. And then I got some friends who got for me plates and cutlery. And I bought a mattress.
Yes.
2 mattresses, because I had my house girl. Then with the time I bought a bed, and things started. But then I remember I bought one furniture chair after like 4 months. Yeah. The one thing that I bought very fast, after 1 month of matatu, I sold one of the plots of land that I had, and I bought a car. I said,
So where do you stand on the debate? Yeah, a
"Oh,
car
actually,
or a house?
let me sit on the floor in the carpet, but let me have a car." The hassle of a matatu, Kingori, could not work. I
You
was
did not
wasting
have, you
time.
did not have furniture.
I did not have furniture. I even had my daughter's birthday party in February of 2013 in a house with a carpet. And I invited my friends were like, "Oh, we go to restaurant." I told them, "Hey, this is my house. My friends will come here. Mtakalia carpet." Me, I'm realistic with myself, and I'm a good cook. We cooked. Hey, we cooked. Yeah, by the way, I love parties on the other side.
So you do not conform to.
Yeah.
I believe
At
at
what
this
will
time
people
you
think?
actually qualify for a loan to furnish your house.
Yes,
this
I
2013.
qualify. Yes, I was on full-time employment. I was qualified for a loan. But I was like, why would I take a loan to furnish a house? So I sold my land to buy a car. Yes. I got a second-hand car, Mazda Primacy, for around 500K. Yeah.
Again,
And I still sat on the floor for a whole year.
but you have a Mazda Primacy.
Yeah, second-hand Mazda Primacy.
Here's an interesting fun fact.
Yes.
Maybe I need to wrap my head around certain things.
Yeah.
You taught us in 2011.
Yes.
I remember very well.
Yes.
2011.
Yes.
In 2011, and this is 2013.
Yes.
So 2011, uko job,
Yeah.
things sink. 2013, you're starting from scratch again.
Yeah, actually, things started sinking in 2012. And then 2012 December, I moved out. Yeah, that's when things became so bad. I moved out December, mid-December 2012. So I began 2013, miserable. Yeah, yes.
What is your life in 2011, if you can remember?
My life in 2011?
Yes.
I had a car, I was living in a house, Yes, it was.
And you lost all that?
Yeah, I let it go. Yeah. 2011, I had a car. In fact, I think 2011, I was living in Garden Estate, actually, because we had not yet moved to Kitengela. Yes. 2011, which car was I having in 2011? It was no longer Caldina. I had a Caldina, even my cakes.
2011?
Yes.
In 2011, Caldina was my
with
dream car.
Yes.
Lord, when I get...
Yes, it was Caldina that was coming with that.
Guy.
Yes.
So now...
Yes. Then I go to zero.
So Garden Estate is Garden Estate.
Garden Estate was Garden Estate. Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you leave all that, right?
Yeah, we lived in Garden Estate. Then we built in Kitengela. Then I live now the house in Kitengela because we moved to Kitengela. We moved to Kitengela around August, July, I think, of 2011.
So when you live in Garden Estate, you have a car.
Yes.
Just to get to put into context how much adjustment you had to adjust. Okay, in Garden Estate, how much do you feel in terms of financial responsibility in the household?
Still, I mean, not so much. Not so much. I mean, my rent was being paid. Yes, and I had a car. So the only thing I was doing with the car was I was fueling the car. I had a car which was given to me. I didn't buy the car.
It was given to you.
It was given to me.
But how no attachment? Just that you struggled with matatu because you are used to the car.
Yes. Yeah.
So adjustment means when you leave
yes.
the house, you have to start and do everything.
I now have to start doing everything by myself. I have to start paying rent. Like if you see, if my contribution was like 40,000, now I have to do 100,000. Yes, everything.
How do you adjust into
you
this?
You cry.
Or you feel the pain of spending.
Of course, you have to feel the pain. You have to cry. You go for therapy because some of these things don't make sense. There's a hollowness that comes with it. But I think I don't know. Yeah, I think I've never been part of this peer pressure kind of movement or things. So I think that really helped me because no matter what people say, like, hey, Zippy, why are you like this? A whole lecturer, you know? Yes, as a tutorial fellow already. I wasn't feeling the need of doing things because people are saying. I was like, do I really need chairs? And if I want to buy a chair, you know, someone was like, you can't even just go get a chair like this. I was like, no, if I'm getting a chair, I'm going to get a chair. And the chair I decided to buy by that 2014, I still have it to date. I bought a good chair.
You invested in
Yes,
the chair.
I was like, no, watch out to cash flow because the day I buy a chair, I'll buy a chair.
Okay.
Yes.
And this adjustment is to, first of all, it's an unavoidable circumstances. Of course, you say...
Yes, it's unavoidable.
As in unavoidable, I've used this car for a while. Can I keep it? No, you don't want. You don't, as in...
No, I was like, just let me be. Yes, it's like, yeah.
You start from scratch.
Yeah.
So now, how are you able to maintain the principles of building for yourself in a setup where everything was taken care of? Like, how do you not get so comfortable?
So now that is where, you remember the short-term savings that you're having comes in because you're like, and by the way, when we talk about long-term savings, it means you need to put it in some account that you know you cannot withdraw, like, I'm gonna withdraw. You get it? So the short-term savings is the one now I was able to get, like a mattress, you know, things like that. Yeah.
To give context for someone who has not seen Dr. Zippy's stories, we have links in the description of this video to the podcast she has done on Dialogues with Jagero, very fine podcast. So you can actually follow the whole story. I'm avoiding to discuss marriage because we want to keep this conversation strictly on money because bado sija understand what you mean by cost sharing.
Yeah.
Okay. You built, unaona, you'd...
Yeah.
There's two.
There is reality and there is ideal. You get it?
Reality and there is ideal.
Yes. So you see, the ideal was in a marriage we were cost sharing, but the reality struck like when now I had to move out, then now I had to start balancing. That's where now we say budgeting, prioritizing, you know.
Sawa, that's in your context.
Yes.
But now, in the context, like in life, for someone watching right now, how do you think people should approach the money conversation in the context of a relationship? Yes.
Talk about money.
Talk about money.
Talk about money.
Like how much money
By
do you
your
have?
third date, talk about money.
What about money? How much do you earn or how much do you contribute? Or the question of
what
are
do you
bringing,
do? Start
not
with
what are you bringing to
do?
the table?
No, that question is bad. Which table? What kind of table do you have?
Okay.
You get what I mean? The thing is, just ask somebody, so what do you do in life? Or you can always find a way to understand somebody's expenditure. You know, one day just said somebody, so between this place and this place, where would you like us to go? This place has got this and this and this. This place has got this and this and this. Find how they make their choices about things that involve money. You know.
How they make their choices?
Yes.
So if you find that your money software does not match, that's a deal breaker.
Yeah. I have left some people because they're terrible spenders. Yeah. I like it when a man spoils me, but I also like it when he spoils me with wisdom. I know it sounds funny and stupid, but...
What does that even mean?
I don't like people who throw money in front of everyone's face.
But what if that is the short-term budget? It's the short-term budget.
No.
So
I want you to take me to a nice place, take me to a nice restaurant, a nice place, and all that kind of stuff. Buy me nice gifts. You see, that one is you expressing maybe your money love to me. Then there's the one of, they want not me to see. They want everyone to see they have money.
Really?
That's a problem.
Everyone to see?
Yes, there are those people who just want to show they have money.
But if someone can spoil you, then you tell everyone. The difference is
No, that is different.
Mtu asi, okay, unajua in wahenga, Wahenga language.
Yes.
What you're saying is mtu asimwage mtama mahali kuna kuku wengi.
Yes. There are people who throw that is a direct Luo translation.
As in you want to eat the money in private. That's what you're saying.
Not in private. People can still see that you love me. You are spoiling me. You get what I mean? But you don't have to spoil everyone else. There are men, Kingori, who they'll bring me to this nice hotel. Then, as we are talking like this, they just hear, oh, I've just sent so 50, I've sent so 100. I'm like, I need reasons why the money is being spent the way it's being spent.
But I've done that, but not from a place of showing off.
Yeah.
I've done that from a place of, if, like, oh Lord. I may have done that, but not from a place of showing off.
Yeah.
Like, see, that's openness. If someone tells you, I have let's say 100K, and part of this money, I'm sending this, I'm sending this, I'm sending that.
No, that is okay. That's okay. You get what I mean? That's being open with your woman, telling her how you're going to spend your money. But then there's the one of like, not just me. You see now these friends of yours, you're telling them all, I have just spent this amount of so-and-so. I am sending so-and-so, like announcing.
Yes. You are allergic to Ujaluo by definition, like you.
Yeah, I don't mind you spending, or even you sharing how you're spending. You get what I mean? Like if you have money, spend it on yourself, spending it on me, spend it the way you want. But you don't have to tell everybody, Nani, you are joking with me here. I have.
Okay, if someone spoils you with 100K, sawa.
Yes.
If someone spoils you with 100K,
yes,
and then they spend 20K on other people and they announce, but they don't announce you as.
Yes.
Is there a difference in that?
There's a difference. They don't mind you spending on somebody else. The thing is this: why are you spending on them? The reason needs to be clear.
Why are you spending on them?
Yes. Unapeana tu because they're your friends, or what's the benefit?
What's your philosophy of giving?
My philosophy of giving is I give because there's a need.
Hasn't there ever been a need?
There's always a need, yes. Yeah, but not everybody has the same need every time. So sometimes I give because there's a need. Sometimes also you give out of friendship, out of love. You get what I mean? Yes. Like my friend is going through something, let me get them a gift to make them feel better. It's their birthday.
But you have a budget for that.
Of course.
Allah.
Of course. I mean, if I know, I can say, hey, next year, I'm going to do this for my friend. Yes. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, but imagine like right now, you purchase kit to ding, money just comes like, hey, bana.
Shere. Nothing like that.
I can't date such a man.
So now, when it comes to the process to buy the Mazda Primacy, okay? How I like that. Unasema, you bought it for 500K, right? My philosophy of ownership of cars has changed over time. My area of weakness in terms of spending has been cars. From when I started the first one, I never stopped until this year. Like kabisa.
So you get a car? How often do you get a car?
I told someone, Josie, that I realized that for the longest time, there's only short periods of time that I've had one car. I've had always 2 or 3, almost every
So the
time.
short periods is how long?
No, not more than 4 months. I went wilding, but my philosophy changed.
So what do you mean? So you have a car for 4 months, then you change it?
No, like the shortest period I had before I changed my philosophy, the shortest period I had at I just have one car was not more than 4 months. Like at any given time, I had two or three cars. 2 or 3.
Yes.
Okay, impulse, kabisa. 2 or 3, right? So
were they like big car for special events and
oh dear Lord,
medium car for like those days you just wanna drive trucks, or they were all just
as I've paid school fees. You're learning to Nakas. I have paid my price. So my philosophy of owning has changed. So when I hear you say, I bought a premises for 500.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Someone
and I had
would
it
assume-
for a year.
Exactly.
And you see that time, the following year, when I got some extra monies, is when I sold it. That's after a year and a half. Yeah. And I bought now Toyota Isis, which I had for 8 years.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So hakuna hata hiyo jaluo ya sometimes you convince yourself that instead of buying this one for $500,000 like cash, why don't I just get a Range Rover, which I'll be paying like something, but I still have my 500K. That's how people comfort themselves when getting into the pit of borrowing to buy a car, right? Have you always had the philosophy of buying a car for utility? Ama pia kuna kaujaluo pia mahali?
I mean, one, I first start with what can I afford with the money I have? What is the best that I want? I like comfort, by the way. So because even when I was buying like the Toyota Isis back then, it was a very beautiful car. In 2014, Toyota Isis was like,
Hands down, yes.
Yes, you get what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. So there's the comfort that comes with it. Then the usability. I was like, I really feel that this car is functional. It can go long distance. I can go shags and come back and stuff.
And it's reliable.
And it's reliable. Yes. Then I started thinking of getting another car. From I think 2019, I thought about it for, is it 2 or 3 years?
You thought about it for 2 or 3 years? Just thinking about it.
From 2019, I started saying, I need a new car.
For 3 years. Just thinking
Yes,
about
and I got the new car in 2022. And by the way, it's not that I couldn't afford it. So what happened is, there's another Mazda Biante. I started falling in love like this Mazda Biante. It was killing me like inside, you know. My dream car used to be a CRV Honda. How I don't have it is another story. Then my father said, Danny, he calls me Danny, I need to get a car. Which car should I buy? Then I told him, Papa, the car you need that can carry all your grandchildren, like when you drive, is a Mazda Biante. So then I said, but now Dad has gotten a Mazda Biante. And then I need to get another car. So I said, let me just get myself a CRV Honda. But now when I went to import the CRV Honda, that year, the ones, they say that they stopped manufacturing for like some 2 gap years there. So if I needed a CRV Honda, I was going to get one that, you know, in Kenya, we export 7 years back. So I was only going to be able to get the one that were made 5 years back. And that was extremely expensive.
Yes.
So I looked at the other ones, I said, hey, Toyota Nayo, I am not going for. So I decided to go for a Subaru Forester. Because what I do, I went into these showrooms, you get it? Then you test those cars to be sure. This is the kind of feel I have. Like, Toyotas are not comfortable, by the way. Yeah.
Depends on the Toyota. Depends on the Toyota.
Even the Prado.
Prado.
Which
is,
one?
Prado is.
Which one? Which Toyota?
Okay, though I have one, but
yeah, like you
but
see.
Mine is.
Like you see that level of your luxury car. If you take another level of your luxury car, even a Mercedes of that level, the other cars you see it and you're like, yes. Toyota chairs are not.
I have owned. Okay, my Prado is vintage. Not that at anything in it.
Like a range feels very comfortable.
Value. Yes, it does.
I don't have a range, but a range feels very comfortable. Yeah.
But Sasa, I also owned a Benz, and then I got into a friend of mine's Benz and went back to mine, and it felt like a wheelbarrow. So when you compare cars in terms of nini, you can be depressed.
Yes. But comfort matters. Let me tell you, you're a man, you'll think of a car in terms of engine, nini. As a woman,
how you feel?
If I sit in this car and it feels nice. One, I wanted automatic chairs. I didn't want to do tack. I wanted to press, you know. I said, yeah, because I know myself. If I have a car, I know minimum 5 years. Minimum 5 years. I mean, even this one has taken, it's now 3 years.
Sawa.
Na time imeenda tu.
So the difference between me and you is that
1 year
No,
you change.
you think about it. You think about it for 3 years.
Yes.
Mimi, if I like a car today, I'll find a way to have it next week, latest. And now, you say minimum.
And then the other one that you are driving?
Watu wangu wanajua. I'm actually doing a video. Someone should learn from my story. Someone should learn from my story because the longest car I owned for 5 years. Actually, the cost, I'm actually doing a monologue on it. Hopefully someone learns from it. I owned it for 5 years, longest.
You drove it
I
how many
enjoyed
times?
it so much, almost every day. Right? But the cost of owning it after the 5 years was more than the cost of buying it.
Which car was that?
A Mercedes-Benz E250.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
that one. Yeah, you have to also know the lifespan of your car. You know, if you start going to the garage almost every month, sell it. But then I tell guys, if your visits to the garage, like your relationship with the mechanic is becoming too intimate.
We unaongea vibaya.
Sell it.
If you start seeing your mechanic frequently, makosa.
Like it sell it.
So now, ukisema minimum 5 years, this is a factor you have in mind.
But if it starts disturbing me, of course I will not keep it.
So you sell the problem.
Yes, no, I don't like problems. I don't like inefficiency.
So someone else should take care of this problem.
If sometimes what I see as a problem to them is not a problem. They are used to worse problems. Because you see, when the Mazda Primacy started disturbing me, let me tell you, do you know I sold it? I sold it to a guy. The day I was selling it, that car started producing smoke. Imagine.
And he still bought it.
The thing is this, I think honesty, thank God I'm very honest. I told the guy, I'm selling this car, it's very good, but it heats up, So the guy said, okay. Since you already told me the problem is wakafungua radiator, wakaita mechanic. I said, do you know? The guy called me 1 week later. I was scared of picking the phone call.
Hujazoea kukua mkora. You're on internship, like ndio umeingia.
Yes. Then the guy sent me a text. Usiogope kushika simu. Gari saizi nimetengeneza. Sijui exhaust inatoa tu maji. Sijui nini. I was like,
walijua ushiki simu because
I think so.
Ulikuwa umemfanyia ile kitu. Wapi wiki?
Let me tell you. Imagine.
But mimi pia I value honesty. I sold my Benz. I knew how well it was maintained. I sold it in August last year. I tried to sell it for how many months? For like 3 months. Mpaka nikaambiwa, because I know the mileage I bought it for. It was sold to me by a pastor.
I don't know why that's so funny. Okay, you said a pastor.
No.
Does it make it better that it was a pastor?
It makes it better. Yes.
Okay.
It was a very straightforward deal. I remember the mileage we checked, ilikuwa sawa. So I bought it at 129,000 kilometers. I sold it at over 300 kilometers. Right? So watu wa yard wakaanza kuniambia, someone suggested that we should probably reverse the mileage so that it can be sold.
No. I don't believe in that. No.
Yes. So and nikamwambia kama ni hivyo haiwezi enda, I'll take it. Then after I took it back, we had that relationship. Like, I started enjoying it. I was like, let me just keep it kidogo. They called me. We have someone who wants to buy it. That's how I sold it. Kwanza nilipeleka nikiwa shingo upande sana because I was like, tumeshakaa kwa hii relationship for 5 years. So why do I need to?
I think everything has its own. Just the same way we buy second-hand clothes and still enjoy it as new. Somebody else will also just enjoy your car.
Okay. Yes. But is there a benefit for you owning a car long term?
Yes.
What benefit did you get from that?
When you own one car long term, assuming that the car is good, as lucky as I have been, is that when you are able to prioritize your investments on other things, instead of always investing on this car, anytime you buy a new car, it's a new investment, you're focusing too much on one investment. So you're able to have one car that gives you peace of mind and put your investment focus on other things. like building a house or buying a house if you want to buy in Lavington or Runda or Karen, whichever it is, but you have other investment or even maybe putting investment on business. But if your focus is on always changing a car, then I always feel, one, there's the time and thought process that you may not be giving, but the exchange of money is not going into something that's going to give you more returns.
Something that's going to give you more returns.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes.
Before tufunge, and now before tuambie about your show this month, right? If you, with your investment strategies, you know about passive income. If you could build passive income that is guaranteed to give you, let's say, for example, 200K for eternity, right? 200K for as long as you wish. The investment vehicles that will give you that, okay? And then you use that money to pay rent anywhere that you wish. Let me give you an example. Instead of, let's say, building your own home, you decided to build rentals and then use that money to pay rent for at any place you live. I subscribe to that philosophy. Isn't that better? And doesn't that make more sense than building your own home?
I always say, if it works for you, it works for you. For me, there are times I wish I lived maybe in Kilimani or Lavington, just for the distance. But the truth is, the other day, it can't work for me. The other day I was having a conversation with my daughter, and I had told her, this same question you're asking me. I told her, Mama, if I had money that I could have another home, would you prefer I buy a house, let me say, like in Lavington, closer to town, or I buy a ranch, like another land far away from where we are, and have a ranch, like, that kind of home countryside. My daughter is like, okay, so during holidays, where will we be going? Because this one I'll now be renting it out, we will be in the townhouse. Then what will we be doing in the house? Then just playing inside the house. What about outside? We will not be having any place to go outside. And also so when you come home, you'll just be sitting in that house. And the neighbors, my daughter was like, okay, we had to put all the pros and cons. She said how she likes coming home, playing outside, sitting on the grass, and just having a dog, because now you can't have pets, you can't have a dog, you can't have, you can't walk outside the way you want, outside the house, because when you go downstairs, you have to go downstairs, meet neighbors, but here in the compound, she can do what? She can be in her own space and all that. It was like, I think it sounds like a really nice idea, but if you really want it, you better just rent, because you're going to get so bored, Mommy, the way I know you. You're going to get bored of it. So you better buy your countryside house, ranch, because if you buy a house in the town, you'll be so bored with it very fast. You see, now my daughter knows me. But if maybe I had given my daughter the opinion that I love the city life, she would have chosen that for me and said, hey, Mommy, the way you like maybe raving, Nini, what, maybe this is best for you. So there is never a one suit fits all.
True.
So some people, town works perfect for them. Because me, I don't club. Let me say, I don't club a lot. I rarely club. I think I club maybe twice or thrice a year. Like on that one, So for somebody who clubs, a townhouse is perfect for them. You get what I mean? Because you don't have to drive. Uber will pick you and drop you very fast and stuff like that. But for someone like me who wants to wake up to the birds on my window, some fresh air and quietness from around, smelling my flower garden, there is just something that gives each of us life.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is cognizant. Let's say, first of all, I respect your hate for apartments.
Yeah.
But still, and I appreciate it. And
I've lived in apartments ever since I came to Nairobi. After I moved out of my aunt's place, I've lived in apartments.
There's more to Nairobi than apartments.
Yes.
There's neighborhoods like Kitisuru, Loresho that are very green.
Yeah, Kitisuru is very beautiful.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so,
but
so
being real without my economic situation. Yeah.
Unajua,
yes.
You paint a picture that makes me think.
Yes.
Who is driving the Range Rovers we see? Okay, that has been answered. it's a small percentage that has been
Yeah,
blown out of
yes,
proportion.
exactly, yeah.
Okay? So inamaanisha the imagination ya like
And who are driving Range Rovers without loans. Let's also make that clear.
tuambie about your show now.
Because kuna watu alone.
Tuambie about your show now. Because
show.
by the way, that's a solid variable. That's a solid variable. That's a solid variable.
Yeah, usitamani mimi nataka Mungu wa Zippy. Ujui Mungu wa Zippy?
Mungu wa Zippy ni equity.
Mimi you know.
Yes.
Yeah. So guys, my show niangalie kamera gani? Yeah. So guys, my show Foolish Forties is coming on Saturday, 13th September at Catholic University. Guys, I think I'll be privileged to say that the 7 p.m. show, I don't know when they'll be watching this. Maybe it will be sold out by that time. But right now we have like only 50 tickets left. And we have the 2 to 4 p.m. show and the 7 to 9 p.m. show. By the way, it's me standing on stage for 2 hours. Yeah, it's not 82 hours, then we have curtain raisers. No, it is me standing on stage for 2 hours telling you the story of my life. It's a beautiful, humorous story about my celibacy journey before I met Kim.
Congratulations on that, Pia.
Yeah, so it's about my story with the 5 men over 2 years, how I met them, how we interacted, how just when it was almost happening, it didn't happen. And so a lot of people relate to these stories, people in their 30s and 50s. And this is a show that you must attend. So 13th of September at Catholic University, 2 to 4 p.m. or 7 to 9 p.m. You can get tickets on Buy Goods Till number 510255. Buy Goods Till number 510255. If you go to my page, Dr. Zippy Okoth on Instagram or Dr. Zippy Okoth on Facebook, you will find that poster there. So be there because
wakose wachekwe.
Wachekwe.
Sasa uzuri our producer Vicky has made sure that the contact details and the payment details na how you get your tickets ziko hapa kwa screen as we speak.
Yes. Oh, thanks. That's very generous of you.
No, thank
yes.
you.
So
Thank
they don't have to cry.
You're always good vibes. You're always good vibes. Thank you for coming.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, hujawaambia nilikufundisha. Hebu waambie tena. Tell them you're this good because
na Flosingi nilifanya film and theater production.
Yes.
Dr. Zippy was our teacher.
Yes.
That's why story 2011 makes sense.
Yes.
Asante sana by the way.
Thank you.
I have mentioned that a few times. This is the first time you are coming on our podcast.
Yeah.
But you also came on TV.
Yes, I came on TV.
It was such an honor actually.
Yeah.
Because I remember 2011.
Yeah.
What happened in 2011? That's why I was invested in what happened.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
But good to see you practicing what you teach.
Yeah.
Cheers.
It's good to see you also grown this much. You know, the pride of a teacher is in the success of the students.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm happy to be, to have been a student.
Yeah.
Na mwalimu pia.
Now you're mentoring many others.
To the best of my capacity.
Yes.
Actually, Larry Mado gave me a through pass. So we were hanging out juicy and I told him, thank you for plugging me good.
Yeah.
And nikamwambia akaniambia the best way I can thank him is to also plug other people.
That's nice.
But also the experience in 2011, it's a long time ago, but the fact that I still remember the first that bado uko map, I also believe the best way is to also pass the baton.
Thank you. Nasikia goosebumps.
But asante sana pia for making time for us.
Yeah, asante. Yes. Thank you so much. Yeah. And guys, you keep watching this show because it's good to learn about money from all aspects.
100%.
Yes.
100%.
Yeah.
And this has been good vibes. I've enjoyed the conversation.
Thank you.
Karibu.
Asante sana.